Going to Ellesmere Island and seeing the wolves is like going back to the Garden of Eden, to a time when we were not in conflict with wolves. And there's very few places in the world you can do that in. And in my long career as a filmmaker and as a biologist, I've never seen anything like it. In a way, for me, it was life-changing. To me, wolves represent wilderness, but they're also burned into our imagination, both in fear and in fascination. Wolves are also something that we're drawn to. They're mysterious. The reason we went to Ellesmere Island is because the wolves there are naive to humans. So we knew that there was the possibility of making contact with wolves that had never seen people. And the reason that we wanted to do that was to try and get a deeper insight into the true nature of wolves. I've worked in the Arctic before, and even in the high Arctic, but Ellesmere Island is completely different. It's the size of Britain, and it's a polar desert. It only gets about 4 centimeters of precipitation every year. And it's this incredibly stark environment. It's an incredible remote oasis of high Arctic wildlife that not many people have seen. Wolves everywhere else on the planet run away when they see humans. That's just what wolves do. And they do that because they're persecuted. But here in Ellesmere Island, they're not persecuted. But what was really shocking for me is that when the helicopter was landing, some wolves ran towards it. I've been all around the world filming predators, and I've never seen wild animals running up to the helicopter while the blades were spinning. So we knew we were in for something really different. The wolf den we found was in a remarkable location. It was in a valley overlooking the ocean, icebergs and blue sky and snow-capped mountains in the distance. And we set up camp at a respectful distance. And then over a period of days started working on ourselves closer to the wolves to get them used to our presence. We wanted to get a view inside the mouth of the den, but we didn't want to push our luck and get too close too early. And so we deployed this cool bit of technology called a rock crawler. What it allowed us to do is carry remote cameras right up to the mouth of the den. And what was funny about it is the wolves had never seen anything like it. They didn't know what to make of it. We managed to tilt the camera and point it in to the mouth of the den. We're pleasantly surprised when 3 young pups came to investigate, and those are some of the cutest shots. Gordon Buchanan's role was hugely important because he's both a wildlife cameraman and somebody who has great sensitivity around animals. And I think those two qualities were and skills were important in getting access to the wolf family. As you can see from these extraordinary photos, the proximity to the wolves, the closeness to the wolves is mind-boggling. I thought we would get close, but never that close. To be there, right beside them, to be touched by them, to be sniffed by them, it's incredible. When we see an animal like a wolf and we're filled with fear, we can't help that. And a lot of what we were trying to do and what Gordon was trying to do was work through that fear to see what was real versus what was a projection from our mind. And what we found was, as we worked through our layers of our anxiety being around the wolves, is that they meant us no harm. To gain the trust of a wolf family and to be that close to them and to be able to walk with them and be able to live amongst them is something that I don't believe has happened for 10,000 years. And it's because of the sensitivity of Gordon and the scientists that we're able to do that and show the wider world what wolves are really like.